gonna get this video filmed quickly. Why, guys? Because I'm having some camera mishaps. I don't even want to move the camera. All right. Anyway, I'm in my closet. Anyway, let's get into this video, guys. Things that have changed about me since living in Italy. Since even living in Italy, it could be as a result. The change could be as a result of actually living in Italy, or it could just be a natural change because I've moved away and outside of my environment that I grew up in, guys. I don't know, but some changes have taken place, and some of the praise has to go to living in Italy. Okay, so there's going to be a few things on the list. Let me get started. Anyway, happy Christmas. This is the first video after Christmas, guys. Happy Christmas. I hope you all had a nice Christmas. Okay, so I have learned the art of patience, guys. I have learned to be patient, right? When you come here from a place like the UK where everything is fretta, hurry, move, quick. Everything is done very, very quickly, speedy. And then you come here, not to say things are very, very, very slow, but there is definitely a difference. There's a difference with the bank opening times, there's a difference with the shop opening times, and literally, guys, you just have to be patient because there's no point in, you'd be upset every day if you think the system is going to be the same as it is in the UK, and nor should you think that because we are in a completely different country, but we are all human and we all need to just adjust, basically adjust. It's only going to cause problems for your health if you moan and complain about it. So let me tell you that I have learned to have patience, guys. I am much more of a patient person than I used to be. I just don't sweat the small things, and I kind of go in with the idea that, okay, maybe if I go to the Comuni today to file for this documentation, I'm probably going to have to come back twice. I might even have to come back 3 times, okay? It might happen, all right? If you have that type of mindset, you won't be disappointed. All right, next one, number 2. I'm going to pretend to count. Number 2 is the food. I have actually become more experimental with different types of foods. I can't say before that I was very experimental, but now I'm a little bit more experimental with food, and yeah, and the different tastes that there are, because we all know that Italian people love their food and they're very passionate about different tastes and different dishes, etc., etc., different pastas. For me, before I came to Italy, I thought what a pasta was just pasta, and now I realise that there's pasta for this, there's pasta for that, there's pasta for this, pasta for that. Okay, now I know my pastas. Maybe I'll do a video if you want a video on pasta. Okay, number 3, living here in Italy has made me want to travel even more. Okay, I'm never gonna lie. Before I moved to Italy, I lived in Australia, I lived in Sicily, I lived in London, I lived in many places before. I've always been a natural traveler. That's just me. I'm an air sign. I like to, you know. But I don't know. I want to travel more. I want to travel Europe even more. I want to look around Europe, maybe more so Europe than anywhere else. I want to look around than I have been doing since I've been here. Maybe because everything is so close. I don't know what it is. Maybe I think it could even be because I don't live in my home country where I was born. No, it's not a good point. Okay, so I want to travel more, and maybe when you come here you might want to travel more, especially if you come from the United States, if you come from America. All right. Okay, this is a quite interesting fact. I've got my papers here. Living here has made me think more before I speak. Okay, because I don't just say anything that comes off the top of my head. For example, I'm more what can I say? I'm less reactive in situations. Okay, I don't. If something happens, I'm not like boom, 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 and that is due to the fact of me not knowing the language. Okay, let me put it down to that as well. Me not knowing the language has made me a little bit more patient and just not so reactive to people and situations, you know, rude behavior. So it's made me a better person in some ways, guys, because I'm a little bit more chilled. You know, chilled. I'm generally a chilled person anyway, but it made me a lot more chilled. So yeah, because if you see Maria down the street and Maria does something to you that's rude, or she might say something, I don't understand it anyway, so it doesn't mean anything to me, you know, or I just can't be bothered to it. I don't have the words to vocalize what I want to say, or just whatever. So I think I just take things easy. Alright, taste food and know that it's less is more. Alright, so the taste of food, okay? I am from the Caribbean. My parents are from Jamaica, okay? And I'm British and my parents are Jamaican. So I've always had the Jamaican influence when it comes to cooking. We love spices and we love tasty food, guys. We like taste, right? So my mindset was that kind of like everybody else's food was a little bit wrong or a little bit different. That's me just being honest, is maybe somebody out there doing it wrong, all right? And I thought to myself, okay, when I get my boyfriend, when I have my boyfriend, I'm going to show him the spices, we're going to mix this up together, we're going to have a concoction, we're going to put this spice in and that spice in. But it's not easy to do that, guys. It's not easy to do that, to try and change somebody when you come, change somebody's taste buds when you come, especially an Italian person's taste buds. They love their food, they know what they're tasting and when they're tasting it. They don't believe in more, okay? Let's have more seasoning. Sometimes I'm like, let's put this in, let's put that in, let's put this into with my boyfriend. He's like, no, but then it's too many flavors, there's too many tastes. I want to be able to taste the food, I want to be able to taste it. And his palate is very kind of like refined. He's like, this is rosemary, this is thyme, this is turmeric, this is this. So his palate is a little bit more different. Not to diss my own palate, but you know, it's easy to go into in life thinking that you want to change somebody else when realistically they don't need to be changed, or their taste buds don't need to be changed. They're happy that the way they are. Their food is bland, but it's not. For them, it's not bland. All right, next thing. My consumption habits. Actually, before I moved to Italy, I was on a path, and I was on a path of more of minimalism and of quality over quantity, okay? So being here actually just really helped me on that journey, guys, because I noticed here that this is my boyfriend with the Ninja blender. He's blending now. Why is he blending now, guys? Where was I? I actually lost my train of thought. Yeah, so when I come here, I noticed that the quality, they prefer quality, even in terms of clothing, food. They like, Italian people like their quality stuff. They like stuff that's going to last forever. Not so much, I've not met many people that are into the really fast fashion here. I haven't met many people. They like to buy something, maybe it costs a little bit more money, maybe they might save for it, and then they have it for 100 years. I know people that are like, yeah, I've had this jumper for 10 years, this jumper for 5 years. Not in that accent though. Yeah, again, another thing on the food subject is I read food labels a lot more. My boyfriend is always like, everybody is like, always like, reading the food labels a lot. Oh, is it made in Italy? It has to be made in Italy. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I first came and I heard this made in Italy, I couldn't understand why. I was like, why do you keep talking? Why do you need food to be made in Italy? I was kind of like, why do you need it to be made in Italy? You know, share the love, you know, have food from different countries. What's your problem? But I realized it's because of the laws, and Italy has strict laws on using pesticides and using chemicals on their foods. Okay, so that's one of the main reasons why they like to have things that are made in Italy. All right, so that's changed me. So we are talking about change. So I read labels more. All right, I want to talk about this point last. Yeah, also I get out in nature a lot more, guys, and I think that's due to my location where I actually live in, the area that I live in. I'm definitely out more, breathing in the the good air, the fresh air a lot more than I used to, because I've always been pretty much a city girl, always in the city. So this really does suit my lifestyle, living in the location that I live in. You know, nothing beats some fresh air, nothing beats a good walk in the green. Nothing beats it. I have trees and I have water outside. What more can I ask for? All right, Ken. So living in a different country, in any country, guys, this video, any country, let's say this point, I left my comfort zone. When I moved to Italy, I left my comfort zone. I left everything that is comfortable for me, everything that I've known, everything that I've grown up with, to move to a different country. And it's really made me see my good points, and it's also made me see my not so good points. And it's also helped me to be in a place of acceptance of myself, what I can do now, and come to terms with it. It's led me to be a lot more patient with myself as well. So yeah, that's, you will notice that. Okay, it's really, being here has really, you know, stripped me back, guys. I can't lie. When you come somewhere and you can't speak the language, it's different food, it's different this, it's different that. It's literally, in some ways, you are stripped back. I need to do a whole new video. I need to do a completely different video on this topic, because, yeah, it's easy to take it negatively and think and start to panic in that moment. But it's just a situation of realization that I am here now. I am in this situation. I am a little bit vulnerable. It's like being a baby, learning to walk, talk, crawl, learning to do everything again. Ciao. My boyfriend, I'm saying bye. Okay, my way was the right way. Slow down a lot. Yep, I said that already. So help me to slow down. And what I like here is that when I used to live in the UK, I didn't really explore. I'll be honest with you, I never really explored it. I never explored my city. Being here, I absolutely explore all the restaurants with friends. I explore the city, I explore surrounding cities, and it's so nice. And I kind of like regret a little bit that I didn't explore my city when I lived in there. Even when I lived in London, I didn't explore it so much. I was kind of like in a mode of work, home, work, home. I know it's due to the weather as well in the UK, but definitely when I go back to the UK to travel or not to see my family, I will definitely be doing more exploring of the city, definitely. Yeah, so basically that's what was on my list, and I've pretty much finished. I've literally finished everything. All right, the last point, what's happened is, all right, so let me just pull this down a little bit. I'll put it up on level 2. So stiff. Should I put it up? All right. So, as I said before, I talked about being vulnerable, being in a different position. I'm a graduate. I studied business, and I had a job when I lived in London and whatnot. I was pulling in a nice wage, I had a nice house, had a nice flat, whatever. But coming here, things changed. I came here, different career. I started teaching, came here to teach English, and definitely I'm going to do a separate video on this anyway. I came here to teach English, and as much as I like teaching English, you know, it's very up and down teaching English. You can find a good English job. You can find a good English job, but for some people it's not their long term. And if you're going to stay in Italy long term, you kind of need to find some means of income that's gonna that you're going to be able to have long term. Okay, whereas maybe teaching is not a long term thing for you. It's something that you thought you would come here and do for maybe for 6 months while you're here, if you're not planning on staying there full time. But imagine you end up staying there full time, guys. You need to have some type of plan. And for me, I've always been very entrepreneurial anyway, but living in Italy has pushed me even more to have to create my own wealth, if that makes sense, to create my own opportunities, to create my own form of employment. And this is how it's changed me, in a sense. It's made me, I have to get hungry to do it, because I can't see myself long term being a teacher. Yeah, number one, it's burnout. It's not like being a teacher in the UK. Teach ESL here is not like being a teacher in a UK school, or maybe even being a teacher in an Italian public school. It's not the same, all right? And you go back and watch some of my other videos and you'll see why it's not the same. So yeah, what's my point? So there are Italian people here that are struggling to find work. So if I want to find a job maybe in my field, it's quite difficult to find a job. Number one, I am not fully fluent in Italian. Number two, there are many other Italians that want work and need work here. And I think personally, I'm not going to be the priority for a manager to give the job to. That's just my views. So it's forced me to have to up my game, guys, and be entrepreneur, and make these videos, start my blog, write on my blog, and try to create different streams of incomes for myself. So that is a good point. I can't make any excuses. It's something that I have to do. It's not like, oh, I might do it, or I think I'm going to do it. I have to do it. If I want to stay in Italy and I want to have a good life and I want to have money, I want to be able to go on holidays and I want to be able to do all the nice things, believe me, I need to. And even for my health, if I want to, be able to sustain my health, stress wise, teaching long term, can lead to burnout, stress, and everything else. Anyway, so that's basically my point. It's helped me to up my game with, career wise. All right. So guys, I think that's literally it. Everything on my list today. I rambled a little bit in this video. I was literally just freestyling. I hope you can appreciate the freestyling. If you've got any questions, if you live in Italy, tell me what's changed about you since you've lived in Italy. Let me know, guys. Let me know. All right. Thank you, and